Alright, welcome to another edition of What the Fuck Happenings YouTube Atheist Community and debate, conversation, and such fun. Anyway, so yeah, last night I sort of bailed after the first 3 hours. I was going to come back, but I was just not feeling too well. I'm still not feeling too well, so, it might just be holdover from being sick for a while and not eating and all that kind of crap or whatever it is. Or it just might be the nature of the creature. I have not felt very well for 2 decades. But anyway, so yeah, I just didn't have it. I just was done in. So anyway, Mr. Natural filled the void quite well. And, without anybody really to talk to, just with a bunch of text commenters and stuff. And he just went on and told stories and stuff, and I didn't hear all of it because I was sort of sleeping. And, but some interesting stuff in there. So, yeah, MP3 worth listening to, I think. Maybe, mostly. I don't know, it might have some dead spots, but, I don't know. Download it and put it in a player you can fast forward or something. Anyway. What else? Oh, geez, back is still kind of buggy too. Yeah, I just want to complain. Oh, my mommy. Anyway, yeah, just life is just not too good right now. Anyway, so another, but yeah, I would really thank you to Mr. Natural Guy. Really is an interesting guy. Knows lots of people, had lots of encounters with people here and there, and lots of one-hit wonders in terms of life experience. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, tells the story well too, even if it's complete bullshit. It's really, he tells it well. Anyway, so yeah, we did. The beginning of the night was a bad start, sort of. Because, yeah, I guess I was already in a crappy mood, because, just not feeling very well. And so I had no tolerance. The Zimmerman thing came up, and then sub-DNA guy, predictably, was going to try to make some argument in defense of whatever, all this bullshit. And I have no interest in it. All you need is the 1 + 1 kind of facts, okay? You stalk somebody, you have a gun, you're not a cop. You have to act to a higher standard then. When you're pretending to be a professional, you have to be better than the professional. And he wasn't. The end. Kid's dead for no reason, but because this asshole profiled him. The kid did nothing. There's no probable cause. No right to stalk people without probable cause. It's just bullshit all the way around. Zimmerman is totally responsible for a kid being dead. No one else is responsible. He's responsible. And period. And I'm not saying it's murder, but I'm saying he's responsible. He did the wrong thing. These gun nuts have got to put some sort of restraint on their lunacy. And this is just bullshit. Cops are a necessary evil, maybe. I don't even think armed cops are a necessary evil. I don't think all cops need to have guns. And we see cops pull these damn guns all the time, too soon, too quick, and fire way too many fucking bullets. I mean, there's a recent story where, they put 25 bullets in a mental patient. 25 bullets. What the fuck? So, even cops aren't doing this fucking job right. And we certainly shouldn't be telling a bunch of deputy dogs that they have the right to go play cop. Pretend to be one. And harass people. Fuck that. I say fuck that. And fuck anybody who wants to defend that shit. And fuck anybody who doesn't think this kid was profiled, plain and simple. And that's all he was. That was his crime. Okay? He was black. In the wrong place. Period. None of this shit would have happened if he wasn't black. Period. So anyway. So that's the end of my Zimmerman commentary. I don't need to know anything else besides the fact that on this particular day, this particular man was not committing a particular crime, and you have no right to kill him, you fuckers. So anyway, yeah, it's just that simple. for me. Anyway, I'm like, fuck that subject. Moving on. Fuck America. Fuck the justice system. Fuck the jury. Fuck the whole thing was such a goddamn sham. Fuck it. It's disgraceful. We live in a third world country. Period. Dishonesty everywhere. Bullshit everywhere. Fuck it. Anyway. So, that sort of was a negative way to start. And then things just went downhill from there, I suppose. Really, I don't know. I can't remember. There was probably some good conversation in there. And, I don't know, just don't remember. And then we migrated. Then Mr. Natural took over for 10 hours. And then I showed up at the end and me and him talked for a while. That was a pleasant enough conversation. So that was nice. And that's pretty much the evening. Mike Bayul was in there, but he couldn't get his gear to work. I guess I should have explained. I mean, I just wasn't clever enough at the time. That maybe if you turn your camera off and just load your audio, that it would fix your lag problem. So that's kind of a simple solution. I should have thought of it. So just don't load your camera and just load the audio when you get a chance to click on that. Click on the audio and disable the camera. But anyway, then at least you can do the conversation thing. So, and then Mike's also been doing these, music videos. And they're not exactly my style, but they're interesting. Yeah. And so he's doing the badass white man thing, and it is sort of funny. I mean, it's entertaining. I mean, it's weird. I mean, it's interesting. So anyway, it's kind of neat. And he's just so damn cute. It's disgusting. Cute and 20, but really, really snarky. Yeah, it's funny. I had to relive it all over again. Oh, I can't even imagine. I mean, it is so kind of funny when I think of my old life, 20 years, 40 years ago, whatever. What it would be like to do it over again in this medium. That would be interesting. Anyway. But, yeah, I really haven't evolved much, to tell you the truth. So, I guess it wouldn't be that much difference, except I wouldn't be quite as haggard as I am haggard. Anyway, alright, what else? Old Fan's back home, so she should be making some videos explaining her life situation and such, and what's new and on the agenda and going to happen and all that kind of stuff. It's good. Gray guy is still out there, but he's just been goofing off. Yeah, that's what people do. Look, a little toad, little toad, little toad, little top, little toad. Yeah, it's just a little one. Very hoppy. So, what else? My Misery Me, not too many videos from him, but he's around. I see him make a comment here and there. So that's good. And yeah, it's this whole idea of, we've got all the ammunition. I've sort of made this argument before. We got all the pie ingredients, and we've sort of baked the pie, and now we just got to throw it right. And, we're sort of at that point where it's time to do something the right way, instead of the Inmendham way. So, yeah, I have to apply some discipline to my angst that these videos are kind of a product of. Part of it is just this routine I get into. This walk is a walk I have to do a couple times a day usually, and so it just seems like a good time to turn the camera on. But that does occupy some energy in terms of making a video and thinking about what you're going to say and all that crap. So, it's probably not very conducive to the precision and consolidation of the argument I need to make. Not that, you read Nietzsche and you're like, holy shit, he wrote this on purpose? Because it is just, it is not a great read. In terms of It's a very literate piece of literature. It's really good word usage and sentence structure and all that kind of crap. But yeah, the story has a little continuity. It doesn't build on itself very well. Just a bunch of pieces. So it's like a real unfinishedness to it. And that's what these videos end up being. It's a kind of an unfinishedness. They're little pieces of the argument in a bunch of little pieces all over the place. And I certainly have to do something more with that. I was thinking of taking the time to pull a minute out of every video this week, because there were a lot of videos. I mean, even if I took the first minute and just tied the first 60 seconds and put them all together, but that would probably be sucky, because then I'd just be complaining about how I don't feel good or some kind of bullshit. So that would probably suck. Maybe the last minute of every video. But then I'll be talking to a frog or something. Well, whatever. The middle minute. Anyway, yeah, I mean, all these subjects are kind of important. There is some use to this conversation. But, yeah, it does got to get more pointy. Pointy. You got to sharpen it. Yeah, that kind of thing. So anyway, that's what I know that's the next step in my existence. That's a step I have to take, and I'm just reluctant to take it because I'm sort of comfortable with this loose, have a conversation about life kind of bullshit, and this really isn't the way to do it. This is just end up doing things like I just did. And change the subject, you get a little distracted, you float off over here, it loses its continuity. The point gets rubbed off. So, yeah, so I'm just acknowledging the fact that I am aware. But does that mean I'll change anything? Who knows? It is so hard to implement. It's really easy to have the idea and say, I'm going to paint more. I'm going to write more. I'm going to do this more. I'm going to do, But then you have to somehow give up something else that you're doing to make that possible. And I haven't been able to, I'm not good at throwing things out. I love collecting junk and making it into something. And this junk seems valuable enough to keep. So I'm clinging to it. But it probably isn't the best use of my time. So anyway, moving on. What else is going on? Snake Plisskenus. Yeah, I got to talk about that. His channel got terminated. When I saw the evil word terminated. Because I know what that feels like. I know that word. By YouTube. So he didn't close it. Obviously, he had the 2 strikes. And somebody must have flagged an older video, because I don't think he posted a new one to get flagged off. But yeah, it's just another one of these things where, this stuff's been up for a month or 2 months, and now you decide YouTube is going to terminate an account for a video that's been up for 2 months. That doesn't have any logical substance. There's no way to make that reasonable. That's unreasonable. Profoundly unreasonable. I mean, theoretically, they could do that to the Inmendham account, I guess, because it has 2 strikes. So they could just, wipe it all out, because somebody flagged a video that's a year old. I mean, it's just, there's no way to run a railroad and live a life in America. It's just, I mean, what's the point of having a strike system if you're not even going to let people reform their behavior? You're not even going to let them not do what you're saying they shouldn't do and earn any points for that. You're just going to punish them further. I mean, what the fuck? Stupid. Absolutely insanely stupid. I mean, we should be able to demand more from these fucking corporations. And so whatever. I mean, not that Snake Plisskenus has any plan. I mean, he'd have to remake himself. Show up with a a new Frankenstein mask or something, pretend to be a burn victim or something. You know, so maybe he'll do that anyway. Maybe he'd want a new account to do that with. I don't know. So maybe it's not the worst tragedy in that he didn't take his YouTube existence very seriously. So, you know, it's kind of silly to lament. But it's still the principle of the thing. It's just all the fuck wrong. Yeah. So, what else? Coughlin's been posting bits of his stand-up routines. Haven't watched all of them yet. But, you know, funny guy, blah, blah, blah. We don't really agree on a few issues lately, so it's not too good. But whatever. I'm sure we'll get over that eventually. As you know, this conversation is not going to go away from me anyway. Religion is fundamentally evil. It is the biggest mistake the human race could make, is this concept of faith belief. This is just this is a brain breaker. You can't do that. And yeah. So I mean, unless you can demonstrate the rationality of your choice in religion, you got no business having one. Let's see what else. Probably other people in the news. Wayward Horizon guy has kind of become obscure. Sort of half disappeared, I guess. I don't know. So, you know, but shit might be going on, and you know, his life is kind of not where it needs to be at the moment. So I understand that. So a little chaos and a little bit of drudgery and yuck. So, but hopefully he'll come back and things are better. And yeah, just, you know, it's just lamentable that, you know, you feel bad. I mean, you know, Irene, you know, the hot chick, yeah, anti-natalist chick. I remember I saw a post of hers from some blog or something, and she was lamenting her having such a shitty boyfriend, and it just seems so funny. It's like if she can't win, I mean, if she can't attract a decent man, who the fuck can? Man, and that was just like, whew. I mean, I'll put in my application, you know, but I'm not good enough for her. You know, it's just the truth. She should be able to do pretty good. You know, that's just kind of disappointing. This is such a stupid world. So many ways. It's stupid. And the fact that people can't recognize, you know, the inadequacy of it. It's just not good enough. You know, just no reason not to demand better. And it just sucks that people are resistant to that simple, logical statement. It's really simple and logical. And such. So anyway, little flowers. Yeah, I can't grow any of this shit anymore. The deer eat them all. So depressing. Well, it's, you know, medium depression compared to other things, I suppose. Anyway, till next time. Add on and such. Alright, quick add-on video. Yeah, I blew it. I mean, I rendered the what the fuck video, and somehow I made a mistake somewhere and ended up rendering the same video twice, and instead of having the add-on video, so I made the add-on video and it didn't get added on. That was kind of irritating because I really don't want to do this shit again. So anyway, but yeah, I just will point out, you know, Anacondavod's made his newest video is just absolute, you know, he just retracts the whole premise thing. No, he didn't mean them as premises. He doesn't believe in anything. He doesn't believe in suffering. He doesn't believe in anything. Blah, 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 blah. Just so uselessly pointless. These people agnostic on reality. Fine, whatever, fuck you. Professor Anton did a video on this religion and mental health thing, but it wasn't very pointed in any way either. Didn't really say anything one way or the other. I mean, it just really wasn't very pointed. Fred, on the other hand, did make some direct accusations to those making accusations against the religious, and so I did do a response to him, and so that'll be posted later, because, yeah, I'm behind now, and such, so that's unfortunate, but that's life. So again, these are the Mike Bayul, his name's Varian James. But anyway, yeah, so he does the whatever, the rap stuff and the kind of rude, vulgar kid thing, which is kind of funny. I mean, it looks like he's 13 sometimes, and it's just kind of, you're just saying, ooh, potty mouth. So who knows what he's been through in his life? He does seem kind of, it's got an edge, and you're just saying, wow, where did he get that from? It's, damn. Anyway, doesn't fit the mold kind of thing, but that's good. It's good to have people out of the mold. Anyway, so yeah, my videos, I could go through this shit, but I guess there's no real point. There's Anaconda response videos on the will, response videos to the modern mystic, trying to explain the substance that is consciousness, which is a difficult subject, because obviously consciousness isn't something you can put in a jar and say, look, see, there it is. And at least not yet. And so yeah, it's a difficult conversation. And then just these are some good response videos in here, just good talks. Some damn good videos. About a ton of them actually. The MP3 is posted of the debate night. Like I said, the first 3 hours I was in there, and then the rest was Mr. Natural and telling stories, which was, I think, really interesting. And so maybe I'll try to, like I said, I'll try to encourage more people to participate. I like the other people taking control of the room and such. It's provides some interesting juxtaposition kind of conversation, which is good. And such. And I don't know, is there anything else that's really necessary to point out here? Piro is doing all these obtuse videos about the mapping software and connecting things, and I guess it's okay to keep us all updated, but sooner or later you got to post something that we can actually play with while you're talking about it. I don't see much point in explaining something that you're not going to let somebody touch. So, it seems kind of weird. Sorry, this does. Anyway, it isn't weird. It's just I just don't get it exactly. It's not very intuitive. It's not very like how people work kind of thing. But anyway, people aren't going to pay any attention anyway, just as they don't pay any attention to these nice little indexes I made, and just as they don't pay any attention to the whole update boxy thing with the comments thing, which is kind of very interesting. This is an old video by Metamorph. So the people, like, if they don't post a video for a week, then their last video will pop up to the top, just because it runs off the list, and so they will get reposted. But it just keeps people aware that those people are out there, even though it's not a new video. But I guess I should try to find a way to make it known that it's not a new video, it's an old video, some different color or some kind of bullshit. But that all takes time, and who the fuck's got any of that? Not me. Yeah, so I guess that's all we need, right? I don't need to add any other crap. So yeah, till next time and such. Have a nice evening and whatnot. It's evening now, right? It started at what the fuck in the morning, and it ain't getting finished until the night. But anyway, yeah, so hope you had a nice day. How's that? Nice generic niceism. Yeah, that's my effort. It's the best I can do. Such. Till next time. Response videos are coming.